This is episode 336 on the 10th of March 2021. The last 12 months have been bizarre, at the same time, they have been good. My book was launched, the second book on movie reviews. Though for the rest of the world it was a lose lose situation ever since this imaginary virus started, for me it has been a win win situation. But before that, let's take a short break. Welcome back after the break. Before we go further, let's listen to this beautiful song which everyone must have sung once in their school days. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, oh, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere soon make a change. And the truth, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Oh, send them your heart so they know that someone cares and their lives will be stronger and free. And so we must all lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all, but if you just believe there's no way we can fall, well, let us realize that a change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who'll make a better day. So let's start giving. Let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who'll make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We are saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who'll make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who'll make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, and we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who'll make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we making. We saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that'll make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we making. We are saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Can you hear what I'm saying? There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. So we'll make a better day, just you and me. Welcome back. As I said, 2020 was, in a way, a bizarre year for everyone. Though my talk show got the best out of 2020, it took on a different route. And the last 1 year, the last 150 episodes have been memorable. I interviewed many pop culture icons, though on the other hand, humans became zombies. They became germophobic. We actually believe that this illusionary virus had come, and along the way, we also became thin skinned. Activities like not shaking hand and maintaining a pseudo distance became a part of our illusionary life. But on the other hand, let's talk about something more interesting. In the world of sports, that is something very important we need to understand. In the world of sports, sports matches were shut down due to this illusionary virus. And to know more, you should read my article Windows. The nature of a sports event changed completely when the most crucial element of the same, the audience, was locked out of a stadium and it became a closed door match. 50 to 60,000 people packed to the rafters in a stadium used to be a matter of pride, especially in a world where the organizers had to compete with matches being telecast on cable and digital services simultaneously, which meant fans were content on watching at home. To counter this, the organizers would strategize and market the event in such a manner that fans would throng in numbers. This included fan zones, packages which included food and beverages in the VIP zone, and if you are lucky, getting a photo with your favorite sports athlete. A full house not only was a gauge to determine the success of the event, but it would give the extra motivation for the athletes, bringing in elements of nationalism, pseudo nationalism, and whatnot, and indirect approval through the actions of clapping or booing. Shouting, "This is awesome," could bring a smile to even the most thick skinned of athletes. Buying tickets for a sports event, getting one's face painted with their favorite team's colors defined the real sports fan. They didn't mind the pushing and the shoving, arriving 2 hours before the event to soak in the atmosphere, waving to the camera for an opportunity to be shown on the LED screens was what defined a sports fan's day. Such experiences seem ancient as organizers shut a door on fans due to circumstances beyond their control. Now, watching from the comfort of our homes is the new norm. When the sports event resumed, stadiums were empty and eerie silence. It almost seemed surreal. Now the organizers are more than happy to come up with strategies which keeps fans at home, but at the same time they are present in the stadium using applications which allows fans to log in from their homes to give the impression of being at the stadium. Virtual audiences might, in a way, work for athletes, and at the same time, they dilute the atmosphere of a sports match. It works because now the athletes are focused on the task in hand, especially in professional combat sports like WWE and alike, where the athletes used to converse with the audience. Now, all they see is the audience on screens, which reminds me of a pigeonhole mailbox. This is a win win situation for some as it allows debutant athletes to not feel the pressure of performing in front of a capacity crowd. Organizers tried to simulate the atmosphere of a match by using ambient noises to give athletes the impression of a packed stadium. Recorded noises are played on a loop, but the athletes see an empty stadium first and react to the computer generated crowd noises later. Fans were shown on screens trapped in boxes trying to show excitement by jumping about in their limited camera space, but after a while it became mundane and seemed choreographed. Australia led the way when they allowed fans back into the stadium at half capacity, though not all countries are as confident as they prefer to keep matches behind closed doors. The Indian Cricket Board, which was in negotiation with the State Cricket Association to allow fans, and the latter have reluctantly agreed because of the losses due to zero ticket and food and beverage sales. Now let's get back to this. The Indian Cricket Board had a semi successful experiment with crowds. A 50% of capacity crowd were allowed in stadiums, which worked like a charm because it allowed the athletes to soak up the atmosphere. But once again, when the illusionary virus, the fear of this illusionary virus started looming around, they decided that the Indian 20 over domestic World Cup will be played behind closed doors. And the conduct of this 20 over domestic World Cup is important because this will be a precursor for the World 20 over championship later to be held this year. Let's take a short break. Welcome back. The door between imaginary and the real starts closing is how I defined the year 2020. We spent time on electronic devices, which meant that we were influenced by the news on pseudo media. And then it's a strange thing. Before pseudo media came, we at least used to read newspapers, magazines, and watch news on the TV without any feeling of skepticism. But once pseudo media started interfering and all kinds of misinformation, disinformation, and terms like fake news started protruding, there is this feeling to even look at the verified information on electronic and print media with skepticism. The fact that the feeling is that everything is now propaganda. Let's take a short break. Welcome back after the break. With respect to the crowds returning to the stadiums, and then the Indian Cricket Board making a decision that the domestic World Cup will be played without crowds, and that the conduct of the 6 week domestic World Cup will be a precursor for the World 20 over championship. But then, what was the logic of conducting the 50 over championship and the poor as church mouse 20 over tournament, the SM80, which people don't even take seriously? Why are
It's
those
11 hours.
tournaments being conducted? Whom are we fooling? What is the purpose? If all the focus is on this particular domestic World Cup, why are other domestic World Cup being conducted? The only reason is that so that a few players who are not the favorites of the selectors or the team management because they haven't made runs. If they go on to make runs in this tournament, though will making runs in this particular tournament have any impact on their international career? That is, will they return? Is a question which will be answered they if the selectors think that their performance in these tournaments, which don't even get 25% of the attention, well, because the way it's conducted, poorly conducted, the media coverage is 5%, or there is no glamour, the stadiums look empty and dirty. And on the other hand, once the domestic World Cup starts, the 20 over domestic World Cup, the stadiums will give and get an international look. There will be advertisement boards all over the stadium. The stadium will be repainted, and the same ground which looked ugly a few months ago will have a new, refreshing look. This is how they look at that 50 over tournament and the often over glamorized 20 over tournament. But if it's about conducting a domestic tournament, then what about the Indian Football League, which is now reaching its final stages? While we are concerned about that, the 20 over domestic tournament will be for a period of 6 weeks, which is long for the athletes and the people who watch. What about this Indian Football League or the Indian Super League, which has been going on since October 2020, nearly 5 months, and it's coming to an end? But it went on quietly behind closed doors and all the glamour, but because the European leagues and the English Premier League was happening simultaneously, all the attention was, as always, garnered by those tournaments. Let's take a short break. Welcome back after the break. So now, while WWE, after 12 months of digital crowds and crowds behind screens in the comfort of their homes, has decided to bring in actual crowds in their WrestleMania event, though at limited capacity, the Indian Cricket Board and other boards have decided, even the Olympics committee has decided that in Japan, if the Olympics will be held, if everything goes as per plan, only local visitors will be allowed, only local fanatics will be allowed in the stadium. No outsider will be allowed inside the stadium. It's still better than having a closed door tournament. Though this fear of illusionary virus, when it takes over such events, it's often, I kind of don't think that's the way things work, but that's the way things are. Moving on to this pseudo media and its impact. Well, this impact is not going anywhere. What would you prefer? Reading a 22-page newspaper or reading 280 lines by some moron who knows nothing more than what the 22 pages of the newspaper give information on? But because it's easier to read 280 words by some ill-informed moron. It's better to read that. Welcome back after the break. As the door between imaginary and real starts closing in, it reminds me of a horror movie, a scene where the protagonist sees the wall closing on him, or they imagine there are ghosts. So the ghosts of an illusionary virus have completely come upon us. Will it ever go away? That is something that neither I know nor you will ever know. Welcome back. So let's start the final phase of this beautiful episode by reading from the Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. As Sherlock Holmes replaced the half crown which he had drawn from his pocket, a fierce looking elderly man strode out from the gate with a hunting crop swinging in his hand. What's this, Dawson? He cried. No gossiping. Go about your business. And you, what the devil do you want here? 10 minutes talk with you, my good sir, said Holmes in the sweetest of voices. I have no time to talk to every gadabout. We want no strangers here. Be off, or you may find a dog at your heels. Holmes leaned forward and whispered something in the trainer's ear. He started violently and flushed to the temples. It's a lie, he shouted. It's an infernal lie. Very good. Shall we argue about it here in public or talk it over in your parlor? Oh, come in if you wish to. Holmes said, I shall not keep you more than a few minutes, Watson, said he. Now, Mr. Brown, I'm quite at your disposal. Let's take a short break. This ends episode number 336 on the 10th of March 2021.
For more awesome content, tune into the next episode of the Weekly Show with us.